Got the whole world in your hands. Hello again, Bharat from Palmistry Unplugged, and we're going to finish my talk about the thumb. Now, you can tell a lot from the thumb. You can get, just even from a distance with people, how the person is holding their thumb. If you're walking down the street or you're with somebody and you see somebody who has his thumb way out like that, these are pretty open people. And they're pretty in a good mood. They're happy, open people. People that keep their thumb like against the palm like that, they're more secretive. They're more not closed-minded, but they don't want you to know their business. They're much more private. Person who holds their thumb in the middle like that is a person who just likes to make balanced decisions. Okay, so then if you see somebody with the thumb in the middle and closed fists, of course they're angry, you know. So if you see somebody walking down the street like that, it's probably better to cross the street and walk on the other side. It's really interesting because if you see babies, they'll always have their fists closed, you know, like that. And if you try to open up their palm, they'll let you do it for a second or two, but then they'll close it right back up. And I always wondered about that, till I realized that actually because energy goes out this way, you know, so you're constantly putting energy out into the world. Whereas when a baby is born, is newborn, he needs or she needs that energy, the developing energy for herself. So everything needs to be inner, and the circuits need to be not going outward but remain inside. So they keep that their palms closed like that. That's my hint on that. So anyhow, we were talking about the bending of the thumb. It's also the tip of the thumb can also bend separately. So when the tip of the thumb can bend, or it's stiff like mine is, a bending of the tip of the thumb, the willpower section of the thumb, means a person is spontaneous. They have a yes. There's no resistance to say yes. Whereas a person who has a stiff thumb, there's a resistance to say yes. There's some sort of fear there. They just can't go yes. They have to process it. It has to go through their minds. Let's say you want to change an appointment. You have an appointment with them for 2 o'clock, and somebody wants to change it to 10 o'clock. They'll go, oh, you want to change your appointment? Oh, well, oh, let me look. Oh, okay. It's okay. Whereas a person with a flexible thumb tip, will go, yes. Let's change it. So there's really a difference there. And so, in fact, some people you'll see naturally hold the tip of the thumb backwards, and I call that the hitchhiker's thumb, because they're ready to hitchhike, they're ready to go, they're ready to move. So I am doing that. I am calling it the hitchhiker's thumb because of that. Now, the person who has the stiff thumb, it's showing that there is some inertia there. There's some resistance to move. So these type of people need to discipline themselves. They need to say, okay, today I'm doing it, and make that effort, to make an effort and to have discipline. So, because sometimes it's not always just a natural, spontaneous flow of energy. They have to sort of get up and do something. So that's the thing. But once the inertia is overcome, they're okay, you know, but it's just getting that inertia, getting through the resistance, you know, that's the important thing for that type of person. Okay, so we talked about that. So now I want to talk about an unusual case of the thumb, where the tip of the thumb expands, and we come into a situation that was called the club thumb. Or in olden palmistry days, 19th century, they call him the murderer's thumb. So, and it has the shape of like a hammerhead. And when you see it, it's so unusual. It's like alien or something. Like you're feeling like, wow, this person's been invaded or something. And interestingly enough, the 4 cases that I've seen in the last 35 years have always been women. And all these women were like sophisticated, advanced, very feminine, but working on themselves, working on their psychology. And I always contributed to the club thumb. So what is the club thumb? As you remember, I told you the willpower section of the thumb is also the seat of anger. So, but when people have a club thumb, there's a very, very, very strong undercurrent of anger. And if it's released, it can be very violent. So these people, and it's always there. So these people, if they're advanced enough, they need to be very vigilant and very conscious and very much working on themselves to control it. But it's always there. It's always an undercurrent. But on the other hand, I would say it's like the short Jupiter finger. It has been a positive motivational driving force in these people's life. And of course, I'm sure there's the people where it hasn't been a motivational driving force, and they're violent, you know. So there is a correlation of people who do commit murder do have the club thumb, you know. But it's not necessarily a significant statistic. But where that club thumb comes from, or the murderous thumb comes from. But in any case, there is going to be that undercurrent. And if you do see it with somebody, it's quite amazing to see it, especially in a delicate, feminine air hand, you know, and then you see this club thumb. It's like, wow. Okay, so I think that's it on the thumb. I can't really think of anything else at this moment. If I do, I'll tell it to you in the next video. Then we will probably get in the next time to talk about fingerprints and stuff, which is also a very important subject. Okay, so this is Bharat, and here I am in Palmistry Unplugged. And if you have any questions about any things that I'm saying, please feel free to write to me. I am available. I'm also available for sessions, so as I said before. Okay, so I'm signing off, and have a great day. This is Bharat. Bye. Got the whole world in your hands.